becoming a republic 1 year later. That is where things started going wrong. They now created a president out of a prime minister who was now both head of state and head of government. So the president is one time a head of state living in State House. At the same time, he's also the head of government. And then the then Prime Minister was graduated from being a Prime Minister to becoming an executive president without going for any elections. That was in 1964. 64. Thereafter, then they started the process of constitutional amendments. If you look at those constitutional amendments, they're altogether nearly 33 different amendments. And all of them had basically the intention of removing power from the periphery to the center. So you ended up creating a very powerful center, a president, in the name of president. The president was above the law, could not be prosecuted. And so the presidency emasculated all other institutions of governance that time. You find that the Majimbos, Majimbo was done away with, an amendment, so that they removed Majimbo and created a unitary system of government. Then they also to remove the Senate. It was a bicameral house, Senate and the National Assembly. Senate was dissolved and created just only a National Assembly, which is called the Parliament. Then they used to have regional assemblies. Regional assemblies were also dissolved, and ended up also called local government authorities. And they created a very powerful ministry called Minister for Local Government, who was an executive minister, but sitting here in Nairobi. So those assemblies basically were powerless. And then, on the other hand, they came up with a law that controlled the media. So the media itself was muzzled, could not speak. And then they also introduced what they call Preservation of Public Order Act, that allowed the government to arrest and detain anybody without any trial. If you are seen as a political dissident, you'd be arrested and you'd be sent to detention. And you'll be held in detention at the pleasure of the president. Some people spent 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Others spent up to 10 years in detention. They just arrest you. They take you to a police station. From there, you are taken to some room somewhere. And then an order is brought to you, a detention order signed by the minister in charge of internal security, that you have been found to have engaged in subversive activities against the Republic of Kenya. Therefore, your detention has become necessary. So you are picked up and taken. They will take you to different places. I spent years in Kamiti prison, Shimo, Tewa, Naivasha, Manyani, and so on. Yeah. So this is what was happening. And that went on for a long time. Until then they again came up, the Kenya was a multi-party system at independence. In 1969, they banned the only opposition party. Remained as a single party de jure. up to 1981. 1981, when we wanted to form a political party, they moved to Parliament and brought an amendment to the Constitution, the infamous Section 2A, which made the country a de jure single-party dictatorship. That's where now the Mama and Baba started. So Mama and Baba means KANU was the only political party. You could not join any other party, and if you want to be allowed to run for any position, you have to get clearance from the KANU officials. If you're not cleared, you are not allowed to run. So that is where Mama na Baba came from. Mtukufu Rais. So people now started praising the president. You go to a rally, you hear, Mtukufu Rais, juu zaidi. That was the one of the day. Until now we decided